So this is part 2 of us making this journal together, and in this video I'm going to show you how I'm using the ephemera bits to decorate just a tiny bit. I'm going to keep most of my stuff with me so that I can travel, I can journal as I go and decorate while I'm traveling. I'm also going to show you how to put the beads in the spine so that you can do that if you want to, as well as the closure. So let's get started. Okay, so now we are going to decorate our spine, and I've got some beads over here. I'm going with like a black, white and gold theme, and I'm just going to set this up on its side like that so that we can all see it. And as I showed you before, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. We have one thread over here, then we have 2 threads in the center, and we have 1 thread on the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 4 or 5 things that I'm going to put on this. Now how I'm going to do that is I'm going to make sure that this end over here is clipped so that both the threads are the same length, both or all 3, depending on which one you're working with. And then, for instance, any bead that has a double hole, I'm going to go in through the top just make sure you get them all. So choose beads that have like larger holes for this, and then I'm going to go out through here so that when I place the bead, it sits nicely on the spine like that. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out now, and that's one done. Then I'm going to take this one over here, and I'm thinking I want to thread this leaf, but I want it to sit somewhere over here. So if you want a bead to sit a certain place, all you have to do is just make a knot. Instead of leaving it hanging, you can just actually tie it into place. So like that. Now this is not going to move because I've tied it into place. Okay, so that's 2 done. One of the things that I want to do is I want to thread this little bottle here, because I'm thinking I might, if we go to any beaches, I might put a little bit of sand in here from the place that we go to. And again, I'm going to tie this in place because I don't want it up and down. I do want to control the way my spine looks. So for this 4th one, I'm just going to go in with some large pearls. This one is going to be a little trickier to manage. So maybe I'll keep it for the smaller, because this one has 3 threads. You can choose which ones you use in the 2 threads or the 3 thread. And beads like this, I'm going to leave them free floating because I don't want to tie it. It's not going to look good. So that's what I'll do with that. So we've got 4 things on the top, and the same is going to happen on the bottom. I'm going to have 4 things on the bottom, and then I'm going to tie it in the center like that. So let's work on that. It's just just arrange this the way I want, and then just make a knot so that nothing falls out. There we go. So now I've got it like this. I've got some dangly bits that are coming down the spine, and I've got this thread that is now tied here. Now, if you just want this and you don't want to do anything to the bottom, you can just go ahead and clip this here, make a similar knot over here, and just maybe put one bead and clip this here. That's one way to do it. But I want to see what will happen if I tie them both together. So putting this out of the way, turning the book around, let's find all the threads we need. Going to clip them to make sure they're all the same size, and then with these smaller 2 thread strings, I'm going to use the pearls. Just going to put the thread here so that the pearl doesn't slip out. You can also take separate clips and do that. Now this is one that has 2 threads. I'm going to put my other pearl in here. This will be far easier to do if you're not doing it on camera, because I'm trying to make sure that everything is visible. And now the book is not cooperating because there is weight to the spine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and thread these off camera, and then I'm going to come back and show you how I put it together. Okay, so those are the beads that I've put over here, and definitely much easier to do this off camera than on camera. So hopefully it'll be a lot easier for you than it was for me. Here we go. I'm just trying to see the way I want the beads to be positioned. Then I'm going to again bring all the threads round and tie a knot. And so then the idea is that these 2 knots will go together and we will have a funky spine. I wanted to use an easier technique to do this. There is a double stitch method as well, where you use 2 needles and thread to get kind of this binding, but it doesn't leave any threads on the outside. And so I just wanted to experiment with this and thought that I would take you along for the ride. And now you can make this as simple or as complicated as you want. You can skip the beads if you so desire. Just want to get everything just right and keep it all nice and tight. And there we are. That's the spine of the book. Now this did fall out, but the good thing with this is it's a jump ring. So all I have to do is literally just slide it back in. And if you have other beads and charms with jump rings and you want to you know, bling this out a little bit more, you can totally do that. There we go, that's back. And you can now make a bow if you want over here, or you can just, you know, leave a little bit of tassel and cut it out. I mean, that's totally up to you. You could also take it a little bit to the front like this, and you know, maybe secure it here if you want a tighter spine. That's totally up to you, but this is what we've ended up with. And now I am going to quickly show you how I'm going to decorate the book just a little bit before we go off on holiday. What I'm going to do with this is probably tie more thread over here and use this as a closure, and I will show you how I do that in just a little bit. So the thing with these journals is it literally evolves as you go. I mean, some things work out, some things that you thought would work out don't work out. So I mean, just go with the flow, try new things. What's the worst that can happen? Really nothing that bad. So as you can see, I have all of these ephemera pieces, and you can just go ahead and start decorating the pages the way you want. And again, like I said, because everything is so wonderfully color coordinated here, you don't have to worry about taking a lot of supplies with you, for instance. So maybe I'm just going to put this over here. Like that. And maybe this plain over here. And then maybe I'm just going to put a few of the dots and the stars that we have. So this is a star. And as you can see, I mean, this is such a self-contained and fun, easy thing to do. Now, I'll also be using these card kits to create little notebooks and things. So do click on that subscribe button if you would like to see how I do that. Now I am going to go in and turn this into a closure, because I think that will look really sweet. So I'll be back with some ribbon. Okay, so I wanted to use something that's just a teeny tiny bit whimsical. So I've got this frayed edge lace, and it's this beautiful pink that will look really nice with this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, find the center point, which is over here, and tie it into the closure, into the spine. Because we have these two hanging threads, we can very easily just take our piece and tie it in. So what that does is it now gives us this closure. It also helps to keep the spine kind of in place. Another thing that we could do is take some glue, and if we want to make sure that everything stays put exactly the way it is, we can glue this over here. I'm going to use probably my art glitter glue and see how that stands up and works. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these threads away now, leaving a little bit of a tail because I don't want everything to unravel. And I'm also going to put a little bit of glue on the knot. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to glue the whole thing to the spine like that. And after that, I'm going to let it sit for a bit because I don't want to hurry up the drying process. But that is what the journal will look like, and I will show you a flip through and update when I'm back from vacation. I hope you enjoyed this project. Please subscribe to the channel to see more fun paper crafting projects that are easy to do and will help you get some new ideas. I'll see you next time.